Good morning. Sorry for the delay. We had a little technical difficulty this morning. I'd like to call the Master Board meeting of Friday, September 19th to order. Just a reminder, before opening the meeting, I'd like to ask you all to silence your cell phones. I'd also like to remind you that this is a board meeting. Residents are invited to attend these meetings as well as to participate in an open mic prior to the end of the meeting. Residents will have 3 minutes to speak, and at the end of those 3 minutes, they will relinquish the mic to the next speaker. Speakers are permitted one opportunity to speak during the meeting. Thank you. We'll begin with the roll call. Debbie? Good morning. Hang on one second.
It's working. I'm trying. Say it again. Let's see if I'm putting it to the mic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shelley Siegel sitting in for Marty Danowitz. Here. Stu Davidoff.
Here.
Herb Goldstein.
No.
Jerry Israel.
Dave Bailey sitting in for Jerry
Oh,
Israel.
I didn't get notification. I'm sorry, Dave.
Last minute.
Okay. Aaron Kletzkin.
Here.
Joel Clemis.
Here.
Jerry Roman.
Here.
Bev Rosendorf.
Here.
Linda Rudy. Richard Sherman.
Here.
Jerry Silverstein.
Here.
Welcome Harvey Sylvester.
Here.
Lou Vecchione.
Lou Vecchione is not able to make it today.
He was on Zoom.
He's on. Oh, was he on? Okay, I'll get him on this
I
one.
saw him on Zoom.
Okay, good. I'll get him
so-
on this one.
Okay. I know that Marty Kay is not present. And representing Campbell Management, we have Laurel Kaduri,
Here.
Lorette Homan.
Here.
Mr. President, we have a quorum, and Lou will come on soon, I'm sure.
He is. I'm calling him.
Thank you.
Okay.
He's here. Who's here?
We'll go on to the minutes of the meeting of the May 23rd meeting. I'd like to entertain a motion to waive the reading of the minutes. Second?
Second.
All in favor? Are there any opposed? No. Thank you. I'd like to get a motion to accept the
Make a motion to accept.
Herb, let me finish. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor? Thank you.
Can I just ask who made the motion to accept the minutes?
Herb,
Herb? Okay.
okay?
Okay. Yes,
Thank you. All right. I'll start with a short report this morning. Once again, good morning and welcome back to all of you that have missed us for the past 3 months and to all of us that have missed being here for those 3 months. I'd like to welcome a new member to our master board. Harvey Sylvester has joined the board representing Coral Cove, filling the position vacated by Seth Dinsky, who had recently resigned from the Coral Cove board. I want to take this opportunity to thank Seth for all his service to our community. I'm very happy to announce that the construction of the bocce courts has finally begun, and Laurel will be providing more details in her report this morning, along with the status of the parking lot project. The permitting process required to bring something like this from the drawing board to the time when the shovel finally hits the dirt is somewhat of a nightmare. However, based on the latest information we have, the parking lot permits are very close to final approval. While this construction is going on, I hope that everyone that uses the sports center realizes that parking will be inconvenienced. There's ample parking available at the clubhouse parking lot, and players will be directed to use that lot and the crosswalk to get to your activity. Please follow the directions related to parking. I've recently been questioned by several of our residents regarding the rules related to the card rooms once the season begins on November 1st. It seems that some people are under the impression that the guest policy always allows for one guest for each resident. This is absolutely not the case. The rule is that there are no outside guests permitted in the card rooms during daytime play. Residents are, however, allowed to have guests starting at 6 p.m. for evening play, and that policy is one guest per resident and is only during the evening hours. Residents are expected to have their ID cards available for daytime and evening play. I hope this clarifies this issue. And that's all about all I have for today. I want to wish everyone celebrating Rosh Hashanah a very healthy, safe, happy, and sweet New Year. Shana Tova, and may you all have an easy fast. Now I'd like to move on to our treasurer's report.
No.
Thank you, Jerry. The treasurer's report will bring us current through August, month end. And at the end of August, Coral Lakes had operating funds of $650,000. Our working capital was $529,000, and cafe funds were $124,000. Reserve funds were $1,976,000, and other current assets stood at $110,000. Just for your information, the main element of other current assets was $72,000 of prepaid insurance. This brought total assets to $3,389,000. Our current liabilities were $517,000, the main element of which was $436,000 of deferred income, since the 1 month remains of the third quarter at the end of August. Our reserve funds were $1,976,000. Working capital stood at $529,000. Our cafe fund liability was $124,000, and equity is $243,000. That brings total liabilities and equity to $3,389,000. The only information that I'll point out on the balance sheet side is during the month, $33,000 was spent from reserves to refinish the indoor pool, and there was also a small exercise equipment purchase for $3,000. On the income statement, I thought what would be more interesting today than a single month's variance and what the spend was to point out a few categories that are over budget year to date, since probably they will be year to date over budget. So the first one I want to bring up is irrigation maintenance. As you know, with our aging infrastructure, there's always irrigation maintenance. There have been a number of pipes that have cracked due to tree roots and other events. So that account is $20,000 over budget year to date. It is over the whole budget for the year by only $5,000, but you know that'll get bigger as we have repairs in the next few months. The next area to point out that's over budget year to date is the pest control line under landscape, and that's because we've had a number of pest treatments that were required, which Phantasma we do budget for, but we've had several treatments for royal palm bug and also ficus whitefly. And so that has taken us $16,000 over our annual budget. It's likely to stay there, assuming we don't have any more pest control treatments, and we do not have any scheduled at the moment. The another area that's over budget for the year is in the lake section. It's littoral maintenance, and on that line item there have been several erosion repairs where the banks have just been washed away. There have been pipes that have been clogged and broken, and in order to repair them, the bank had to be dug out, the pipe had to be cut, it had to be replaced, and that's put that line item over budget for the year by $12,000. The last one I'll point out that may or may not go over budget well, it will be a small over budget, I hope it stays small, is for air conditioning parts and labor. And of course, those repairs have to be made as they're required, and right now that account is $6,000 over the annual budget. So are there any questions from the board? Okay, there being none, this completes the treasurer's report. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Linda. And we'll go on to our general manager's report. Laurel?
Thank you, Mr. President, Master Board of Directors. Good morning. First of all, it's wonderful to see everybody back here in the clubhouse after a number of months. I'm proud, honored, and privileged to be with all of you and provide information to the Master Board and the community of what's been happening around the scenes at Coral Lakes. My report today, I'll try to keep it brief, but there is a lot to catch up on. So we had our August shutdown report. As we all know, Coral Lakes Clubhouse closed from August 4th to Sunday, August 17th for a total of 14 days for a comprehensive cleaning. Carlos Feliciano, as head of maintenance, led the crew flawlessly, proficiently, and with a smile. And Assistant General Manager Susie McHugh, with her creativity and forward thinking, added her touches. Susie is in fact a silent force behind Coral Lakes and deserves acknowledgement, and she's not here today. I would like to mention that she does deserve a special acknowledgement, and she's actually celebrating her 10th anniversary this year here at Coral Lakes, the longest withstanding employee here on staff. In fact, each and every dedicated and hardworking, committed team, staff, and crew work together in order to provide a nice, clean, and healthy clubhouse. One of the highlights during the shutdown was that a beautiful movie screen and projector were installed and hung from the pipes in the theater. It's in the exact same spot our original movie screen was before that one got injured, I guess. Can't think of the word right now. I'm thinking in Hebrew. So the projector damaged. Thank you. The projector is of top quality and allows for a brighter experience and clearer viewing. We still have that video wall, which is for the shows and everything. And so that as well for the shows in the back, as well as the movie screen. Another highlight during the shutdown was that we installed a handicap rail by the nearest staircase in the indoor pool, which will allow for a two-handed descension into the water. Yeah, I know who that is back there. I don't even have to look. Mel Crystal. Right? Am I right? Yep. Okay. So let me just go through, because there were extensive things that occurred during the shutdown, but let me just pick a few of them. All the carpets in the clubhouse were steam cleaned, but one special note was that we used the carpet tiles for the Palm Terrace and some in the Palm Room to be able to extend the life of it for the Palm Room and the Palm Terrace. Our stage elevator in the theater was replaced, and we got a very good price on it, a good third or even 1/4 of a price. So that was a very good move, very good opportunity on Coral Lakes' part. Let me just go through a few highlights. All the chairs were inspected and cleaned, and the sliders fixed, and the tables leveled. The pool works. The main pool was drained, checked for leaks, and treated with Diamond Bright. Same with the spas. Handrail sleeves were changed out. Palm Beach Broward trimmed and strapped the palms. Let's see. All the awnings, every nook and cranny was cleaned, from the offices upstairs down to this area down here. Special mention to Rhoda Davidoff and to Sheila Rossler, who are our Mary and the librarians. They took all the books from the library and put them, etc. The outside lights in the overhang over the entrance portico area were opened and cleaned of all the debris in there, and painted and cleaned, etc. It was quite a massive undertaking that the team was tasked with. I remember years ago thinking maybe we didn't have to do an August shutdown. We could try to, but now that I'm in this role, I see that it really is quite necessary, and it's to our advantage to be able to do that. So we have elections on November, elections coming up for the general election. The master board, that's on Tuesday, November 3rd. The master pool at Regency has been opened. There was a pump down that was under warranty that was replaced. The master pool at Royal Landings is still closed for maintenance and repair due to the aging infrastructure and the pipes under the whole entire platform. That completes the August shutdown reports. Now just to go to regular reports because we are in September. All the lakes were treated with algae for the algae, which is a process every year because we are in the season of the algae bloom. So it gets a little gunky, for lack of a better word. Takes about a week or so for the algae to decompose and then eventually sink to the bottom of the lake, and then it's treated again. So we've got about 2 or 3 weeks that it's going to not look so pleasant, but that's part of the natural treatment. Also, just to mention that sometimes there are plantings called spatterdock, like lily pads, if you will, pods, and we don't clean every single lake so it's completely crystal clear. You have to keep a little bit for the fish to do what fish do. So we are proud that we entered into agreement yet again with Palm Beach. That's supervisor of elections, polling station I mentioned. All right, let me go to the bocce report, which is really what everybody is interested in, I would presume. So bocce, as we know, we received the permit from the county and we started work. The area has been staked by the surveyor. Construction has been mobilized. Please don't walk in that area. I saw someone this morning walking there. It's just not a safe area to walk in right now. And it's moving forward. The shade structure for the footer is in review. That's the last little piece that has to come forward. And it is in process. We should have bocce courts by the end of the year, hopefully. Okay, we have to put that in. So that's the bocce report. And the parking lot. So for the parking lot, through the very same process as the bocce. It's a little bit behind, a couple months behind the bocce project, but it should turn out more or less that when the bocce project is finished, we can start the parking lot project. That's the goal, so that we can move the equipment from one site to the next. The parking lot had come out of review and it was in our hands for a while. We got all the components together, whether it was the landscape plan, whether it was the civil engineering plan, whether it was the architectural plan. Everything was resubmitted, all components are there, and I'm happy to announce that it is back in review. Other than that, I would like to mention that we have a lot of birthdays this week. Sitting to my right is Lorette Homan, the beautiful Lorette Homan. It is her birthday. I can't even say she's 29, she's 25. So we can wish her a happy birthday. It's also Susie McHugh's birthday tomorrow. And it was Lisa Stoller's birthday, who's in the box office a couple of days ago. And it's Christina's birthday this week as well. So we have 4 Virgos. Anyway, happy birthday and welcome back to the whole community. And anything that I missed, you're welcome to ask me, whether it's here at this Master Board report or you can find me in my office or email, laurel@corallakes.com. Thank you, Mr. President and the Master Board.
You're looking at me when you say. I think you made one mistake talking about the election day. It's November 4th, not November 3rd.
Thank you.
Okay, that's it.
Early voting.
Huh?
Early voting.
Early vote. Thank you, Laurel. Now we'll go on to our social director's report from the birthday girl, Lorette.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mr. President, Master Board of Directors, and my coworkers. I'm not ready. 21. Okay. I'm happy to report that our summer show series with Tony Abbott, Bang Zoom, and Diane Noble went very well. Thank you all who attended. We still have 2 more lectures in our summer speaker series, Christina Lane and Roger Rawlings. Last night was Bonnie Koppelman, and she was fantastic. It was about panda bears. It was just adorable. I'm finding that the online ticket sales are increasing. If you haven't already, please give it a try. It's easy and convenient. Please remember, at the dress code, any paid ticket, you cannot wear shorts, pants. Mature course. Our mature driving course on Tuesday, September 30th, still a few slots available. In October, we have Family Feud on Saturday, October 4th. This event is sold out, so we may plan another one real soon. And we have our Halloween Masquerade Ball coming. It'll be held on Halloween, Friday, October 31st. The theme this year, without giving away too much, is a Venetian evening of elegance and spook here at Coral Lakes. Come in your most elegant ballroom attire or scary mask, or in your most creative costume. Benvenute, which means anything goes. And like me, I have kept this report short and sweet. Thank you. See you in the theater.
How's the sound system in the pond room going?
Going on to committee reports, I'd like to welcome Frida Toback to the mic. She's going to give us a presentation on the Hurricane Committee.
I think it's on. Is it on?
Yes, we're on. Hello. Okay. My name is Frida Toback. I'm in charge. I head the Hurricane Committee for all of Coral Lakes. So thank you for allowing me to come talk to you. There are several things I need to tell you. During the summer, I did a two-part series in Lifestyles discussing shelters. June, July was special needs shelters, and August, September was regular shelters and pet shelters. And the reason I did that is that it's so important that people know that, first of all, that the shelters are available. Also, that the county will provide transportation for anyone who can't drive to the shelter. So that especially for people who have special needs, you need to apply. You can't just show up. You need to fill out paperwork. I've given you the phone numbers. And all the information that I wrote about in Lifestyles, I have now included in the updates to the hurricane plan that we have in place. In October, the discussion in Lifestyles is on a letter we all got from Medicare. It was June 25th, and so far I've only met one person who's read this letter besides me. So what it said in effect is, if you have regular Medicare and you have durable medical equipment that is damaged during a hurricane or some kind of a disaster, Medicare will cover replacement, which is wonderful. However, if you have Medicare Advantage, that differs from plan to plan. What I strongly suggest you do is that you call your plan now and get the information now about how that is handled. Because once a hurricane hits and you need your equipment replaced, you may not be able to reach them, okay? That will be October's plan, a lifestyle article. I've also updated some of the apps for the hurricane based on our computer club, thank you very much, because we have an extensive list of apps available. Now, when the hurricane plan is updated, which should be shortly, I've asked that it be emailed to me so that I can send it to each of the presidents. And then you can decide whether you want to send it out to the people in your community. However, there are people here, as we well know, some of them don't have email. And for them, we may want to provide a hard copy. I've also been asked recently whether the little booklet handed out by Palm Beach County on hurricane plans should be handed out, and I'm against it. And the reason I'm against it is because the plan we have in place, I'm proud to tell you, I think is excellent and not difficult to read. I separated it by month. So generally, you'll read a page for each month, starting in March, in preparation for a hurricane. There's also an appendix that discusses things like insurance. That kind of information is not contained in the brochures handed out by Palm Beach County. I know, I've read it, I've stolen from it, but there just isn't enough information, and I don't want people to feel that if they've read that brochure that they're prepared. They may be somewhat prepared, but the better preparation comes with the plan we have in place, okay? So, in November, the last article for me for the year will be a timetable for the hurricane, which comes at the end of hurricane season, but that's when I get the information. I hope to be back in February to talk to you again, but to talk mostly to snowbirds, because although they're not here during our hurricane season, their property is, and they have responsibilities as well, okay? So in our hurricane plan, there is a discussion of what they need to do, but I just want to remind them again. So thank you for letting me talk to you. One more thing. I almost forgot. Every home should have one of these. Now, the Hurricane Committee for Coral Lakes is made up of representatives from each community. The representatives know what to do when in preparation for a hurricane and after the hurricane is gone. If you are not prepared when the hurricane hits and you have a medical emergency, don't call one of us. We're not going to help you. We're looking out for ourselves. Call the police, and if they come, they come. Okay, but you do need to be prepared. So when you have one of these are to be used when the hurricane is over to let the hurricane people know that either you need help, you'll hang it on your front door, this facing out, you need help, or you're okay. You've all seen these. Yep. We have a limited number of these left because we didn't print them this year. So if you need one, you can contact. I brought some with me. If you're here, ask your hurricane person in your community to get them. Some communities already have. I don't have enough for your whole community, but I do have some. So please store this on top of your refrigerator. I know, you're short and you can't reach, and I don't want to hear that because I'm short too. And the only reason I ask you that is because we're going to forget where we put it. We are. Also, don't take these for your friends in other communities. Other communities don't have a hurricane plan. We're very fortunate that we do. Don't give them out to your friends because in their community, they may not know what to do with it, and nobody's going to care when they put it out. So take one per household, store it on top of your refrigerator, put it out at the end when the hurricane is over, and then we'll be available to help if you need it. Thank you.
Thank you, Frida. Going on to any other old business? Is there anything? Any other new business? If not, then I'll open the mic on the floor for any comments or questions from the audience. If you have any, this is the time to please state your name and where you reside.
Royal Landings, Sharna Garfinkel. Good morning. I want to thank everyone for all the work that they've done. There's two problems I have. One being, I like the fact that we had dispensers where you had sanitizer coming out of. So when you finish your day here playing cards or mahjong, touching everything, you were able to clean your hands before you left the premises. It seems to me when I go down and I've asked them to refill that they're telling me you're no longer doing it. I don't know whether that's correct or not, but I know that 5 people from our community have just gotten over COVID, and it's still there, and we need to be protected. The second thing for me is that I am a little bit handicapped because of a accident and need to get into the pool. When it's hot, I only have my left hand to use. Can't use my right hand. I cannot touch the pole or the handle to get into the water. The coverings of that pole are as hot as the metal. And it's not only in our area, but also across the street because our pool's being fixed. I found the same thing. Whatever they're covering that pipe with, I almost burn my hand. And I can't get in without the assistance of using that handle. Could you please look into it?
Thank you, we will.
Thank you.
Mel Crystal, Building 4. First of all, I thank the board for the double handles on the indoor pool. Hopefully we'll get it for the outdoor pool as well. I'm primarily up here talking for my love of my life, Marcia, who didn't want to come up here and complain, but I thought it appropriate. The men's room near the theater is neat. According to her, the ladies' room is a horror. So I'm passing that on to whomever. I personally did not go into the ladies' room to check it out.
Thank you, Mel.
Okay, hi, Audrey Kirsch, Regency Cove, and please don't laugh at what I'm going to say. When I first saw it, I thought it was the primer. There were 2 benches outside of the main entranceway that are bubblegum pink, and every time I walk in, I feel like I'm going into the Barbie dream house. And I wish it was the same color as the 3rd one that is in the middle, which blends with all the tile and the floor. Whereas bubblegum pink paint on sale, apparently it's not the primer. It's been there for a month or 2 already. Thank you.
Thank you, Audrey.
Roberta Jane Schul, Crystal Point 2. This is my first summer here that I'm through the rains, and I noticed behind my house, between the golf course and my patio, there are deep puddles with all of the rain we've had. I don't know how common that is. I'm not sure who to report that to, whether it's Stu or to you, but I think that area, the whole area, what? Oh, thank you, but it seems like it's stretching back there.
Thank you.
Corey Washer at Crystal Point. Corey Washer at Crystal Point. First off, the building opens at 7. With everybody, a lot of people working remotely or what have you, I'd like to propose that the gym hours be moved back to 7 a.m. It'll propose health and fitness for a lot more residents, and a lot of people there at 7:30 to begin with. Now, it's not manned at that time, but then again, it's not manned after 4 p.m. in the evening as well. So I'd like you to just consider that, to move it officially and change the sign. Secondly, again, with the sanitizers, there's 3 boxes in the gym, only 1 is filled, and I was told that it's too expensive to fill up the other 2, which is ridiculous. So, and especially with COVID, and especially with the gym equipment, a lot of people do not wipe them down, and they're too lazy to walk over to the one dispenser that has the wipes. Secondly, the satellite pool. for Crystal Point and the buildings is disgusting. I had a visitor there once, he told me that the gas stations have cleaner bathrooms than those. Have they been looked into? Is it on the budget to redo that bathroom? It's really horrendous, and somebody needs to look at it. The floors are filthy, there were dead roaches in it this week. It's really disgusting. I'm sure other people who use that pool would agree with me. And the women's bathroom is just as bad. That's it.
Thank you. That will be looked into. That's the northeast quadrant, he said? Are there any other questions, comments? If not, then I'll ask for a motion.
I make a motion that.
Boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
I second it. I third it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? If not, I thank you all for coming. And again, I wish you all a happy and a healthy new year for those celebrating.